This video is going to attempt to address some of the major concerns we're having with students being able to access and be successful with attendance and Schoology in their classes. So, number one, you've logged into Schoology and you have made it to your class. So, what do you do? So, the first thing you need to know, if it's a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, then you need to follow the calendar and attend your live classes. How do you know when your live classes are? Your teachers should all have a link for you, and you will see them over here on the right-hand side in the upcoming, and there'll be a link to the live conference prior to that conference starting. You can simply click on that link in order to get to that conference. You don't have to go over to conferences. You can simply click on that link. If you are running late for that meeting and it's no longer upcoming, let's say it started at 8:20, it's now 8:20 and 2 seconds, it won't show an upcoming. What can you do? You can click on your calendar and the calendar will open. And that same link will be there in that calendar. So I need to change the date to be able to see that. So you could see those links there, but you will see the links. So you can see the links right here for those conferences as an example, for the conferences here in the calendar. So that gives you an example of those conference links right here. So period 1, period 3, period 4, period 2, check-in. So all of those links are in your calendar. So if you come back to your courses, we'll come back to that class that we were just in. So if you were running late and you don't see it in your upcoming, you can find it in your calendar. Your third and final way is to go to conferences and click on conferences. And you should see the meeting there. And then if it's started, then you'll see a link here to join that conference. You can click on it and you can get into that conference. If it's not showing here, sometimes there's a glitch where it's not showing. That's why we put the links in the calendar for you, so you don't have to worry about if you go here and you don't see it, go to your calendar. You can go into completed and you can see any conferences that have already happened for that class. And if your teacher provides any recordings of those conferences, you would be able to see any recorded materials and review anything that you missed with those recordings. So active is where you see current, completed is where you see past. Now, if it's a Tuesday or a Thursday, then you are going to make sure that you do two different things. You have attendance that must be done on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you have assignments that must also be completed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. For attendance, there's two parts. There's a check-in for every class, and then there's a period 2 check and connect that's live, just like your live meetings that you have on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, how do you find all of this? Number one, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, your teachers have labeled your assignments for your check and connect and your check in with those words. So, your period 2 check and connect will have a link just like your period 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7, all your other classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the calendar. So you can find that in the calendar and you can click on that. So you will see that there. Your check-in assignment that you have to do, whatever that check-in for attendance, will likely also be in your upcoming, but it may not. So where do you find it? You will go to the red folder, which is the current week. You can click on that folder and it will open. At the top, you should see a weekly agenda. Every class should have a weekly agenda, and if you click on that, it's a really nice thing to do at the beginning of the week and refer back to often. You can refer back to this and see what is the guide for the whole week. This will give you a breakdown of what did the teacher expect of me for this whole week. So in this particular class, there is an attendance check-in, and then there are 2 assignments on Tuesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, there's this. On Thursday, there's an attendance check-in, and then there's 2 assignments. And then Friday, what there is. Now, want to point out to you, the attendance check-in, these check-ins must be completed by 2 p.m. But we recommend that you do your attendance check-ins first thing in the morning. So what we recommend you do is you come to all of your classes, you go to your Tuesday folder or Thursday folder, whichever one it is, and you find that check-in assignment and you do it before you even go to your check-in connect meeting. And you click on that assignment and you'll know it's the one you need to do because it'll have the words check-in. Usually for your teachers, that check-in assignment will be something rather simple because they're using it for attendance. And so they're going to say, it's really simple. So for this one, do you need to submit this check-in before 2 p.m.? True or false? And then you submit. That is the entire thing you need to do for attendance for this class. You will be able to submit that quickly. So you will have that done for this class. Really simple for this class. Okay? You can do that quickly. Now, if you would go to your other classes, you can click on them and do the same thing. Go to the folder, click on the check-in assignment, and do that quickly. First thing in the morning. And then when you get to your 9:10 check-in connect, if your teacher says, have you done all your check-in attendance assignments? Your answer can be, yes, I completed all of those, which means you will be marked present for the day for attendance. That's great. You still have other assignments that you need to complete depending on what your weekly agenda or week at a glance is and what your teacher has assigned. But for attendance, you are all set. So remember, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have 2 jobs. You have to do attendance, which is your check-in and your check-in connect, and you must do your assignments. So do both. Your attendance work must be done before 2 p.m. and at 9:10 for your check-in connect that's live. Your other assignments must be completed by whatever time is put on the assignment. You'll see the due date and time on that assignment. Now, the other thing students are having an issue with is with submitting assignments. So students think that they're completing assignments, but they might not be. So let's look at a sample Google Doc assignment. This is where kids get stuck all of the time. So on Monday, there's an assignment in here. And so we look at the assignment. I click on it as a student, and I go in and it takes me to the assignment directions page first. So you can see it says assignment, the description, it tells me the due date and the time that it is due. And then it will give you the directions for that assignment. That's great, due date and directions, but that's not where you find the rest of the assignment. I have to click on my document. When I click on my document, if I am logged in to my Walker Junior High Google Drive, then I will see the document here. If I am not, I'm going to see nothing here, or I may see a prompt to log in. If I see nothing here, see right here where it says, can't see your document, click here, then I would click on this. It's going to ask you to log in to your Google Drive, and then it's going to ask you to allow your Google Drive to connect to Schoology. make sure you are using your school's account, not your personal account. You will not be able to see anything if you are using your personal information. You must use your school student account. You can then edit or work on that assignment here. You can work on it right here in Schoology. If you would like to click on edit here, you can click on edit here and you'll see that it opens up in your Google Drive. That's great. Any work that I do here, so let's do this. I'm going to put a big circle or something here. Let's do this. Let's just do an A. We're going to put an A here and I'm going to make it red. Okay, so I have now edited my document here. And now you'll notice that when I come back here, you'll see that it is also updated here in my Schoology Drive. If you happen to close out of Schoology and you clicked edit, no problem. And when I come back into Schoology, I can simply come back into my class just like always. I come back to that assignment. I click on it. I open it back up. I save my document. And now, again, if I'm logged into my Google Drive like I'm supposed to, you will see that there it is. There is the edit that I did to that document. Now, depending on your instructions, you will need to edit things appropriately. When I'm done editing, I do not hit share. That is not how I do this. Instead, when I'm done fixing or correcting or doing the work that was assigned for this, I must say submit assignment. I click on this and it says, are you sure you want to submit? And I say, yes, submit. I know that it's submitted because I see this great little graphic that says successful. And then I say done. Now, guess what? Maybe I didn't read the directions very well. And when talking to a friend and they say, oh, when you were doing that assignment, how crazy was it? And I didn't do that. Oh my gosh. I can come back to my assignment, come back to my document. And as long as it's prior to the due date and it has not yet been graded, I can actually come right here, click unsubmit, and I can edit my assignment and then submit it again. So you can even correct your mistakes if it's before the due date and it hasn't been graded yet. So just so you know, you have to say submit in order for the teacher to see it. Otherwise, you're not going to see a grade for that assignment. It's really, 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 really important that you know that. Okay, that's really important for a Google assignment. So the other types of assignments that you have to do are not Google assignments. So they're not connected to your Google Drive, they're not connected to a Google Doc. And so oftentimes kids are wondering, okay, I don't know how to submit my assignment. So I just want you to know that if you are given an assignment that is not in Google, you can submit in a couple of, we're going to show you really quick right here in the student view. You ready?
Hi everyone, and welcome to the short tutorial on how to submit assignments in Schoology as a student. We're going to first find an assignment. Those assignments are usually represented by an icon with a pencil next to it. Now, most assignments have a title and description. You can ask questions about the assignment in the comments area at the bottom. But up along the top right corner, you'll click on Submit Assignments. Now, for typical assignments where you're using a Pages or Word document or other upload, you'll use the Upload tab. To write a response within Schoology and have a blank space to add your response, click on Create. Finally, if you're grabbing something out of your OneDrive, Dropbox, or Google Drive, use the Resources tab in the appropriate app. For assignments that require an audio or video recording, and this is really just for the quick ones, not in iMovie, you can also use the Upload tab and click the microphone. When you're done with the assignment, click Submit. You'll see your assignment submitted. In this case, this example is late, and it'll tell you how many items you uploaded. In order to resubmit the assignment, say after you get some teacher feedback, click the Resubmit button just below that.
Okay, so now you should know all about attendance, how to get into your conferences, how to submit your assignments. So hopefully this solves the majority of your problems and that you're going to be an expert in Schoology and getting into your classes and no more concerns, so you can focus on getting those grades and paying attention in class. Have a great day, Vikings.